Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing Surviving Mars. When we left off, we had created our tourist dome and we had our first round of tourists come in and they had a great time. Two buildings not working. The diner is not working. There we go. Turn that on. And this rare minerals extractor doesn't have any power to it. So let's go ahead and add some power to this so that way people can, get to work. So the other thing we did is we created some smart complexes here. So we'll have a total of 14 plus 12, 26 possible residents living in this dome. And of course, that is to run our two rare metals extractors. Then this is going to be our senior dome, but if anybody needs to kind of like roll over into these living quarters, they can. And the nice thing is that all of the residents here do have access to everything over here. The reasons we created this rare metals extractor at that location is because this rare metals extractor is out of rare metals. There's no rare metals left. So yeah, if we go here, it shows that we have depleted of all available deposits. So we can actually go ahead and start salvaging that. And that's going to no longer be necessary. Since the rare metals extractor here no longer exists, we're gonna move everybody, like all of the geologists that were working at that one, to our other location, which is why we added the smart complex and some additional living quarters over there. And what we're going to do with this dome now, since it only has one job available here, which is the electronics factory, we are going to take, finally, we've been having this in our storage for so long, but what we're gonna do is we're going to take our machine parts factory and we are going to put it in this dome. It says that we don't have enough power for it. However, that's okay. We'll figure it out, All right, so building this machine parts factory earned us the reward of 30 additional engineer applicants, which is amazing. We definitely want to get them in here. So let's go ahead and check the power. Okay, so at night we're only producing 85.3 power. But the total demand is 102. So let's wait until daytime and we'll see with the solar panels kicked in if we're producing in excess. So for right now, let's get a passenger rocket to come visit us. And I'm gonna go through and sort out a bunch of the filters and make sure we get everybody that we want to fly in on this rocket. Okay, so I went through and I picked out a couple people to come to Mars with us. So the specialists on board for this next expedition, we're going to have 6 non-specialists. All right, so we're going to have 13 tourists. We are going to have 8 engineers. I don't know, it's kind of hard because if they're a tourist, but let's say they're a tourist with a no specialization, it fills up the no specialization for us. But basically we're bringing 13 tourists, 6 engineers, 1 geologist, and 1 officer. So hopefully this will go great. So we'll go ahead and launch that and have them come here to check things out. I think our officers are pretty full currently. Is that the only dome that we have officers in? Yes, it is. Okay. But we can always add like a second person onto there. So no harm, no foul, The other thing we want to do here is we don't want any geologists living in this dome anymore because we don't have any jobs for them. So we're going to hit no geologists, but we are going to say yes to officers because that's where our officer's job is. And we're also gonna say yes to engineers, of course. Medics, we're gonna keep pretty neutral. Go ahead and hit apply, and we're just gonna go through each of our domes and select that here. I'll show you how to do that. So you click on the dome, and then you click this filter by traits, and this will show you exactly what you want and all that kind of stuff. So for all of our domes, I went ahead and said no seniors, except for in our senior dome, obviously. And then, yeah, we can just choose which jobs we want our residents to have that are living there. And then it'll kick everybody who doesn't have a job that matches the dome to a dome where it does match. Another important thing is to hit down for our tourists. We only want our tourists in our tourist dome. So if we say no tourists in any of our domes, for the most part, they stay where they're supposed to stay. And then we want the tourists to stay here, so we say tourists, yes, please stay in our tourist dome. All right, unfortunately, something terrible happened. We did run out of power, so we are now producing a surplus because I turned off the machine parts factory. And then I went ahead and added some additional solar panels over here, and we'll see how many we actually need once we turn this back on. But I just didn't want our people living in the dome to like freak out, so we just turned it off for now, and then I have to kind of like finagle with the amount of power that we actually need. Our spaceship is now ready to land, so let's go ahead and set it down right here by our tourist dome. And as people come in, they are going to get situated. Let's slow things down. Unfortunately, it's night right now, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and watch these tourists come back into our tourist dome. See how excited they are, you know?
Milestone achieved.
We reached 100 colonists, so we reached this milestone here. We have fireworks going off. That's awesome. And to finish up the episode, we're gonna go ahead and send an expedition to Project Rain. It's just gonna take a couple crew members, so that is gonna get all set and ready. Besides that, we just have one more expedition, and then we can also take a look at our map here. And as you can see, we are nearly done exploring everything in this area. So then the question begs, what are we going to do next? So if you have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for joining me on this Let's Play series. I hope you're enjoying it. Feel free to check out the description. It has a link to all my social media, including my TikTok and my sticker shop. But if you'd like to support me here on YouTube, I really appreciate it. All you have to do is like, comment, share this video, as well as subscribe to my channel. All of that helps the YouTube algorithm get my content in front of more people's faces. So until I see you guys again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.